Hi everybody. So today we're just going to have a quick look at how to make a story in StoriBot. So if you come in here and you want to create a new data story, you have two options for connecting data sources. You can either upload some local CSV files that you might have, or you can connect to Google Sheet. So today I'll show you how to connect a Google Sheet. So you can see here I have this Google Sheet with the Mag7 text docs, or some of the Mag7 text docs in it, a tab for each one of those stocks with their open, high, low, close. Right? So fairly standard. The first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that the Google Sheet is shared with StoriBot. So if you copy this service account email, come over here to share and simply paste that in as if you were sharing it with a colleague or anybody that you might want to share it with. And then once it's shared with StoriBot, it's now available to you. So if you now come in here and copy the link, you can come back over here, paste that in, press this little download button over here. And if you just wait a moment, our system will go and get the Google Sheet. We'll create a CSV file for each of the tabs in the sheet and then set those files up so they can be used in StoriBot. Okay, so you can see it's gone and found those 4 tabs. Okay, you then move to step 2. Step 2 is optional. Step 2 is for adding additional context. So in the case that your files have maybe obscure column headings, or you have a specific definition for something that you would need to add in, or the LLMs might not just naturally understand, this is your opportunity to add that additional context, and it will result in a better data analysis and therefore a better story. You can see here you can upload JSON, CSV, docs, PDFs, various file types. I'll skip this because something like basic open, high, low, close financial data is fairly capable for the LLMs. So next you set the goal or prompt for the story. And you've really got 2 choices here. You can either be very prescriptive and specify exactly what you want, or you can give StoriBot a bit of rope and let it ideate. So we might do that. So can you create some insightful charts about these text stocks? I want to report on how they have performed through time, maybe individually and comparing between them. Also like some scenario analysis, so I can compare how a different mix stocks so I can compare how different mix of these stocks might have performed in a portfolio. Okay, so you can give it something like that. You can set the reasoning effort, low, medium, high. Low and medium is typically sufficient. And of course, you just get a higher reasoning model. You then hit create story, and our agents will go off and initialize the work. This does take about 8 to 10 minutes because they have to ideate, understand what the data is, understand your request, and then finally code and deploy your solution. So we'll just give this a minute and we'll come back to it when it is ready. So once your stories are created, you'll come into this view to view the stories. Got a couple of choices to navigate around. You can use this drop-down menu here and select any data graphic that you want to look at one at a time. Or you can use the left-right keys on your keyboard and you can navigate the charts that way. So up to you, whichever way you prefer to see your data. You can see here, it's created, weighting sliders and quite interactive data charts that it's made with rebalancing and other things in a portfolio that we asked for. Over here, you have your core controls. You can take a screenshot if you want to do that really simply. You can hit this question mark button and you can see the specific code steps that were undertaken to build this story. You can also see some gotchas, so some ways that you may misinterpret this data or some things you should consider as you're presenting the data. And then really two other controls. You can replay the story. So if you want to come in here, you can replay it with new data. You can create a share link. So if you want to share this with a colleague, you can create a share link here. Got three choices there. They can be public, so anyone with the link. You can have a whitelisted or an allow list of emails, or they could be instance only. So they have to be a member of StoriBot to see and view the story. These links can also have an expiry, so you may want to set that to expire in 2 weeks' time. So you have quite a bit of control here about how people can access your story. So I'll just create a public share link for this demonstration. And if you allow that, it will copy it straight to your keyboard. You can also come over here and talk with the agent about the story. So you can come in here and say, explain this chart to me, or explain the data behind this chart, or you can chat with it. When you're chatting with the agent, if you hit the @ sign, you'll see a little menu come up here with the name of the chart you're looking at. And that's a way of sharing a screenshot with the agent. So if your visual maybe has some issues with it, or it's overlapping, or you're not happy with, say, this overlapping here, you can say, that's that chart name. Can you fix the overlapping elements in the top right? And you can send that in. It'll send in a screenshot of the chart. It'll also send in the code, and it will come back with a prompt to update the story. And then you can simply trigger an update directly from here. You can also send the underlying data table into the agents. So if you have something you want to ask, or you want maybe a written analysis of the data, you can do that too. So you can see here it's said it can understand the problem. It's got this prompt to update this overlapping. Hit this update chart, and it'll now go and update this chart. So you can see that's working. It'll take a minute or two to come back. If you want to send in the data, you can see here, if I hit the hash symbol, then each of the underlying tables that were out of my Google Sheet are available to me, and I can send that in and ask a specific question about the underlying Amazon data. So there's a number of ways here I can discuss with an agent what's going on. No worries, while that works, you can still go on and view other charts. You can see here that it'll just keep working away, and it'll go to a green check mark once that's ready to go. So plenty of ways you can edit what you get, and then ultimately share that with your colleagues, which is the sort of core premise of StoriBot, which is make it simple to create and share data stories.